Personally, for me, it's yielding. When I surrender, I can take on His desires.
That's good.
I can submit my own, or I can forfeit my own. Because we've got this idea that somehow God just wants us to be happy. And if He just wants me to be happy, then according to my desires, I'll do whatever I see pleasing in the moment. But when I surrender my desires, I can be filled with the knowledge of His will, even like Paul says. And as I'm filled with the knowledge of His will, I can truly walk with Him. So it's day by day, man. I just want to yield. And I just want to find a way to yield more and more and more. I obviously don't have it down to a science. I haven't cornered the market on yielding.
Right.
But day by day, man, I just want to yield more and more.
Yeah. Now, somebody's watching this right now, I know, and they're saying, okay, what does it mean to yield? I remember the first time I got prayed for at Brownsville, the lady kept saying, drink, drink. She had her hand on my head and she kept saying, drink, drink. I was like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
I had no idea what she was talking about. And then she goes, I mean yield, yield, yield. If you were to explain to somebody, what does yield mean? What would you say?
Yielding is the surrendering of the I in your life, the pursuit of yourself. The call hasn't changed in thousands of years. Jesus said, if any man would come, let him deny himself. Self-denial in and of itself is the doorway to discipleship. We can't follow unless we deny. I can't follow Him, or I can't walk with Him and tell Him where to be and what to do, but I surrender my own life and follow after Him. So as I deny myself, I can find myself in a place of surrender or in a place of yielding. I have to surrender the pursuit of self. The world that we live in teaches us to look out for number one. The more that I do, the more that I'm worth. The more that I'm able to produce, the more valuable I am. It teaches the pursuit of I, whatever makes me happy, whatever pleases me, whatever I see fit to do. Jesus, at the very beginning, it's the introduction. It's if any man would come. There's no respecter of person or flesh. It's not how important you are. It's not how smart you are. It's not how gifted you are. Even as Dietrich Bonhoeffer said, when Christ bids a man, He bids him to come and die. It hasn't changed.
That's so good. What happens to a person if they don't do that, but they still want to be a Christian? What happens to them?
I don't think it's so much as far as relationship. I think it's experience. We can't put the demands on Him. The demands have already been set. The line in the sand has been drawn. It's come and die or miss out on all that's made available to us. He said, I've come that they might have life, and that life more abundant. There's a lot of stuff that's been made available to us that I feel the average, and I mean this in the best way, the average believer or the person who's just come into this thing and trying to do it how they want to, misses out on. Because He said if any man would lose his life, that he would find it. Many of us haven't found the abundant life or found the life that He's made available to us because we've been unwilling to lose our own. We try to develop, somewhere along the lines we get the idea that we have to develop this spiritual life. That we take all the pressure on ourselves in order to develop this new man in the Spirit. Paul says, take off the old man, put on the new man. Work out your fear, or work out your salvation with fear and trembling. But it's not up to us to develop the new man. It's up to Him. It's His plan that from the beginning we be predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son. It's up to Him to make us look like the Son. But somewhere along the way we get the idea that we have to develop the image of Jesus in our own lives. And so we work and we work and we work and we do it how we see fit, and we work and we work and we add in all the components and we add in all the different little pieces and the different little plans and the different people that we think are necessary in order to get us to look like Jesus, and we miss out on the experience. Because we do and we do and we do and we strive to look like Him rather than just yielding into Him and letting Him form Himself in us.